Hey guys, hope you're all doing well out there. We've got a good week up here. Special thanks to all the new subscribers. We appreciate you following along. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing that. Just click the link below. It's a big help for us knowing our videos are getting out there and people are able to see them. So we wanted to talk about water softeners today. When we finished the cabin about 3 months ago, we tried to find as much information on water softeners as we could. We found a lot about how they operate and different styles and all that, but we couldn't find anything on how much salt they actually use. So our big worry was that we're, constantly going to be buying bags of salt and, maybe having to get them a couple times a month or whatever that is. And we couldn't really find any good information on how much they really go through. So we just thought we'd make a quick video and kind of show that process and take a look at how much salt, really gets used and how much you're going to have to buy them. So we'll go ahead and pull that video up now and just kind of talk along through it and show you the process. So here's that. So ours is a A.O.Smith 35,000 grain water softener. That big container on the left, that's where you put the salt, and then there's a small digital reader right there. That'll basically tell you how much water you can use until it has to go through a regenerating process or regeneration. There's not a lot that you have to do with this. Once it's set up, it pretty much runs itself. There will be maintenance down the road, but we're not really to that point yet. So right now we've got 1 gallon remaining, 0 gallons remaining, and then it's going to put itself into a regeneration process. So the first step on that, it's going to do a backwash of the resin beads basically. So that's going to flow the water in an opposite direction and flush out any impurities or anything that might be in there, and just give the media beads a quick rinse. That only takes 1 minute. Then it's going to go to a brine and slow rinse. This is kind of the longest step in the process, but you're able to use your water and all that just like normal while it's taking place. So anywho, so this one takes 22 minutes, and what this is doing is pulling that salted water into the brine tank, kind of rinsing the beads, and also how do you say that, recharging them so that they're able to soften the water. Once that process is finished up, then it's going to do another backwash. This one's a little bit longer, 3 minutes, but this is just going to rinse all those beads and make sure there's no small impurities or anything like that stuck in that tank. Then it'll go to a brine refill. This is only a couple-minute process, and it's basically putting water back into the salt tank and getting that water salted and ready for the next time it has to regenerate. So another quick process, a couple minutes here, and then once that's finished up, it'll take itself back to the home screen and show you how much water you have until the process has to start again. So for ours, our water tested around 7 grains per gallon, which is light to moderate on the hardness scale. So we have 1,619 gallons we can use until it has to recharge itself. This is me adding a little bit of salt into the tank. When we bought it, it holds 200 pounds of salt. This is a 20-pound bag. The directions say to add it 3/4 full, so we put in 4, and we saved this last bag to the side until we could fit it in there again. So looking at the time frame, we've been running it for 3 months. Our water hardness is around a 7. We set the machine at an 8, and we've gone 3 months without having to add any salt to it. So we just put that bag in, that filled it back up to where it was. So our calculations would tell us that we use 1 bag of salt, 20-pound bag, every 3 months. Obviously there's variations, you could have different water softeners, but they all pretty much operate the same. You could have harder water, softer water, or more people, more faucets, whatnot. But, in our shoes, we're trying to use as little as possible and be as minimalistic as we can. We only have the washing machine, toilet, shower, and kitchen sink, and there's 4 of us in the house. and in 3 months we used 20 pounds of salt. That 20-pound bag only costs $9, not even. So yeah, to answer the question simply, how much salt do they really use? Of course it depends on the situation, but for something like this, you know, maybe $3 a month. So that was good news for us. Anything else going on?
The only thing that I would recommend for water softening is we talked to the company that installed our septic, and because we have that backflow going out into the septic, we need to change that up this summer.
That's true, I forgot about that. So that salted water, you don't want to put it into your septic tank because it'll actually stop that bacteria process from happening or slow it down. So what you really want to do is you want to run it out into your yard or find a different place to run that water. The people that installed our septic, we let them know the situation, you know, and we were kind of faced with winter right around the corner, so they said for this winter, you know, it's okay, we'll put it in there, but come spring we'll find a different place for that water to run off.
Yeah.
You couldn't see it in the video, but for ours we have it draining down our washing machine drain, and that works really well. Just make sure it's secure. We definitely know people who have personally put it in there and had it pop out, and then all of a sudden you're flooding your floor. So wherever you are draining the water, make sure
It's secure.
it's secure. Yeah. So anyways, that's it. We've had a great week up here. We're seeing a lot of moose in the yard. You could probably tell them how many.
Oh, yeah, if you've seen the last couple of videos we put a couple clips of all the moose family on the river and walking through our yard. I don't know if we got that on the main camera, but
Yeah.
man, they're all over up here, and you know, we've been taking the dog outside, putting her on a leash because they're right over by our cars and using our driveway for a path to get to the neighborhood and down to the river, but we wake up, they're there, and we go to bed, they're there, and yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Watch your pets. You know, our dog kind of was smelling around out in the woods and came face to face with one, and
It was right on the driveway too.
it was right in the driveway.
No idea
They
it
like
was there.
they like the cleared paths, you know, because this icy snow's cutting up their shins and all that, and it's a really hard winter for the moose actually. But we have about 7 around the yard and laying out in the river, and almost every time we're going down the driveway, they're laying off on the side of the road and all that. So it's pretty cool to see. We'll try and get some closer footage and throw those in some videos. But
Safely.
yeah,
Some closer
of course,
footage.
right.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's that, and
Our excitement up here, and we're about halfway through winter though, and we're getting lighter out every day, and it's getting nice.
we say halfway, but I don't even think we're there yet. But
It's good halfway mark.
but we're loving it. You know, we've got a couple warm weeks this week and next, and just making the best of it. And we'll try and get some stuff done outside like normal, and
Yeah. Hopefully no more rain, but
hopefully no more rain. Yeah, for sure. But the moose are cool. Yeah. Thank goodness we've got moose around. You know, we were really hoping when you buy a cabin, you don't know if you're going to see a lot of wildlife. You hope you will, but where we happen to be, there's plenty of wildlife, and we'll try and get it on footage. You know, so. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching, and we'll just see you next time. So.
on another note, if anybody has any information on moose, I know we've been trying to read up on it, but if anybody has info on moose up here in Alaska, we'd love to hear it. We're trying to learn about their habits and, you know, why there's 2 females hanging out with 1 baby. If, you know, we've got a lot of scenarios that are in our head right now with all the moose around our property, and trying to figure out who knows who, because we've seen a couple get chased off from eating areas. And yeah.
Yeah,
Guess
if
we're
you know much
looking and
about them,
watching.
let us know in the comments below. We're trying to read and do as much research on them as we can, but it seems like there's several cows and calves, and then 1 bull that's kind of part of the group too. So if there's any Alaskans or anybody that, you know, knows a little more about moose, let us know below, because we'd love to see it. So
Yeah.
anyways, now we'll see you next time, okay?
Take care.